Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Johnson. Is the lighting good?
The lighting's good. Go ahead.
Yeah, here with because PWG debut for Australia. Adam Brooksy, how you doing, man?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Great, man.
I'm very glad to be here. It's pretty
After
sick.
2 nights, man, how is it PWG?
It's a hell of an experience. Like I was telling people that it's kind of ironic and everything's come full circle in a way. Like earlier in the year, I was here for WrestleMania weekend doing a few things. So obviously that was based in Orlando, but I had to do a stopover here before heading to Orlando. And the hotel that I stayed in was the place where all the PWG guys get put up. Like, I had no idea. So I've just walked into this hotel to check in, and I'm wearing like a local wrestling shirt. And they're like, "Oh, you here for PWG?" And I was like, "Dude, I wish, man. Like, no way." But then, like, months later, I am here for PWG. So it's pretty nuts. It was a hell of an experience, and I hope to be back.
How was it your first match, man? Who you faced last night? Sorry.
With Haskins.
Oh man, you and Haskins, man.
Dude, he's amazing, man. Like I've watched some of his stuff, and like I was like, man, I hope to wrestle him one day. And then boom, sure enough, like
My lift's here. I got it down to $11.
You're on the show.
he's on the show. What's your name?
Oh!
What's your name?
Anna.
Anna.
Like you're sitting on a chair. Or
Alright,
Anna from
Yeah.
Frozen.
See, we have people. This is how the show runs, won't it?
That's cool, man.
I
Hey,
Yeah,
didn't
man.
know. I'm sorry to interrupt.
no, it's all-
I
it's
just
all good,
wanted
it's all
to say
good.
goodbye before
Bye.
I left. Okay, bye.
See, this
Okay.
happens, so.
it's mayhem here. Where was I? Haskins. Haskins is awesome. I was like, man, I want to wrestle this dude, and then I get announced that Adam Brooks will be wrestling Mark Haskins on night 1, and I was like, sick. Hopefully that'll be good, and everyone seemed to have enjoyed it.
You kind of like you got over quickly. How was it to be so over like so quickly here?
Man, it was surprising in a way. Like I expected to walk out to silence because I'd never been here, But then there was like a reaction. And I was like, "What the fuck's going on here?" Like, I don't know if I don't know. Maybe they liked me, or maybe they've studied my stuff from back home with like MCW or something. But man, I just like I said to myself, I'm gonna come here. I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna do Brooksy. I'm gonna be me. And obviously the people appreciated it. So.
And I have an idea of why, because on demand is so powerful right nowadays, and MCW on demand's out there now, and then that match get put around you and the aerial assassin with Ospreay. How you that match like affected like your popularity, man? Because I see tweets all about that, and someone told me you must watch the match, and I watched it. So impressed.
Man, I owe a lot to Will, to be honest, because we were both in a very similar spot. Not just in wrestling, but in life. We were both. I don't know. Well, I'll leave it at that. We were both in this really weird spot. And having Will come to Australia, and then us work together, and then obviously we had that match, and then like we had a really special moment backstage, which I've never had with anyone, man. Like it was just a really special moment, and yeah, man, I owe a lot to Will. If it wasn't for that match with Will, and if it wasn't for Will seeing, I guess, what I can do in a way, I probably wouldn't be here, So I'll always be grateful for, Will coming to Australia and helping out. Not only myself, not only Robbie Eagles, who's another awesome dude who I wouldn't be surprised to see Robbie Eagles here soon. But also helping Australia in general. I mean, MCW is slowly climbing. I mean, dude, we have Okada coming next month. That's insane.
That's
we have
great.
Okada. Like the best wrestler.
The buzz
in the
is
world.
great, man.
Dude,
it reminds me when Progress on Demand was just starting out. The buzz is like right there.
Yeah.
I think you can grow. Great crowds, man. And do you think like the NXT boom, like everybody got signed there, Buddy Murphy, like a lot of guys, Emma, all those guys getting signed and gave like everybody a push, like we can do this.
In a way. Yeah, in a way. But then like we have a lot of guys going to NXT and stuff. But then people are seeing that stuff's growing here. So I think people have kind of chilled out a little bit, and they're not so much like we have to get to NXT, we have to get to They're happy to see places like MCW grow, and yeah, it's a cool time in Australia. You're like, obviously things are still growing, and they're still growing slowly, but it's definitely going in a positive direction, in my opinion. Like it was unheard of years ago for Australians to be brought out to fucking LA to wrestle for PWG, like
2 Australians, night 2. How was it being there, doing rock, representing your country, man?
Man, I mean, again, another special moment. Like that's exactly what we wanted to do. Like we're both champions back home.
Yeah, that's what
at
it was.
MCW.
Yeah.
He's the heavyweight champion, and I'm the Intercommonwealth champion. So, you know, it was cool, man. It was special. We're like, you know, we have to go here and we have to not only represent ourselves, but we have to represent back home. So that, yeah, so like hopefully, you know, when I get some Wi-Fi back at the hotel, like the phone's going nuts, and hopefully people are saying, you know, these two, they represented Australia really well. And
I have a tweet out there.
yeah,
Yeah, man.
Oh well, I
represent Aussie Pound, man.
I look forward to checking it out, man.
Man, you're so positive on Twitter, and like I love your attitude, man. And how do you like the fan experience here, man?
Insane, dude. Insane. Like growing up watching DVDs, it's like, man, like I'd love to wrestle here. And then like there was one point, it might have been, I think it was yesterday, and I went into that dive, and then as I'm running to do that dive, everyone just scatters. I was like, this is amazing. This is sick. You know, so and you guys just react off my stuff so well. You know, like what people were calling me, CM Punk or something.
There's a little confusion. People were calling Haskins of Men. You got a little confusion. on record here, I've been told by my sources for last night.
You know, it was so weird, like, you know, but it's cool. It's definitely a different experience than anything I've ever, you know, worked or performed in front of before.
Well, this is a big launch pad, man. This
I
week
hope so.
in the gifts and the highlights, man.
Gifts.
Yeah, he loves gifts, man. Joe K, like a lot of good people, man.
They are
Gifts,
and,
bros.
man, gifts are like super helpful.
Yeah.
You know, like I think gifts are really a very positive thing.
Yeah.
You know, today, like years ago, there was no such thing as a
Yeah.
gift. Imagine if there was gifts like back in the day with, I don't know, the TLC matches and all that
Yeah.
shit. Imagine if there was gifts then. You know, so it's cool. The whole social media boom is
Booming wrestling, because now everybody can see the internet, and I think that's one of the reasons that Aussie wrestling can thrive now, because social media and the on-demand presence.
That's exactly right, man. That's exactly right.
And a great conversation about all Australian stuff, but let's plug you the merch so people can buy your shirts. Like you got some great representatives. The Ledge, man. Tell us about that, man.
Yeah, so I have a Pro Wrestling Tee store, which is just, you know, Pro Wrestling Tee / Adam Brooks. That's where you can really get all, you know, my shirts and stuff. I have 8x10s at live events and all of that stuff, man. So I just uploaded a new shirt design. So get on that. It's a loose ledge thing, and then it incorporates some of my tattoos and stuff. So it's pretty sweet. Go check it out and go buy it. Helps me buy Coke Zero after shows.
How do we follow you on Twitter?
Twitter?
Yeah,
My Twitter is the Adam Brooksy. My Instagram is the same. I love Instagram. It's a sick app.
Yeah, it's great. I record a lot of local videos here for local shows from local guys here in SoCal.
Yeah.
It's great forum. Like you see something good, you put it on Instagram, man.
Sick.
So thanks for being on the show, man.
Nah, dude.
All him, man.
Pleasure, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
All
What's
him,
your
man.
show's name?
The Sean's 2 Cents, man.
Sean. Everyone check out Sean's 2 Cents.
Yeah, man.